Hey guys, me and Chase are out here in the garage on Thanksgiving night. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't know when the video will come out. Might be a week from now, but anyhow, it's Thanksgiving now, and so happy Thanksgiving. Chase is back.
For a short period of time.
For a short period of time, maybe.
Maybe. Not.
You got back when?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
I think.
So yesterday?
Yesterday.
Got back yesterday, and you might be going out tomorrow?
Yeah, possibly.
To another winter storm.
No green light yet, but more than likely.
More than likely. So, but he's here now, so we're going to get started on working on this car, on getting the engine set up, right?
Yeah.
We got the mid plate.
You did.
Well, you was here part of it, but we got the mid plate set up last video, and we've got the engine here on the cherry picker, and we're gonna set it in there and get it bolted up to our mid plate and see what we got to do to get the engines.
This
mounted.
Is that hog we were talking about.
That hog?
Yeah.
Yeah. This our secret weapon.
Yeah.
No. It's just old crack block we got from Dad. But anyhow, we're going to get to work and see if we can get this done. So stick around and we'll find out. Yeah, and that's not heavy, so make sure the pins don't catch there.
Well, we didn't think about that either. It's going that way. If you let it down. Sweet.
Watch your hand on that.
Yeah, I know. Alright, hold up here on the red box.
It's in that one. It's in that. Okay. So.
Need some bolts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I don't think we need to put bolts in it yet. I think we can check everything right there, and we don't go worry about it putting pressure on the mid plate.
Yeah.
Because that's setting up against it perfect.
It's pretty close on the engine mounts there.
Yeah.
Except it's not.
Okay, so so we need to get our mounts. All right, we got the engine set right where it's going to be, and we have measured and looked at it, and we figured out what we need to do first, right, Chase?
Yeah, we got a game plan.
What's our game plan?
First things first, we gotta cut these old mounts off here, get them out of the way. We gotta save them though, just in case we gotta put them back in.
Right.
And then we can see what we gotta do to get the motor mounts, our new ones in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first things first, like Chase said, we gotta get these old mounts out of our way. So that's what we're gonna do first.
Then we can see farther what's going on.
And then we can see farther what's going on. We can't get in there. They're in our way. That's what we come to conclusion. They're in our way, but we're going to cut them out of our way. Here's our mounts. But we can't see any farther from there. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So with the arsenal of various tools, I got one cut off. There it is. See there? That was the more difficult side. And like I say, we're going to save these things. We might can use them if we go and put a 602 back in. But now I'm going to cut the other side off. should be a little easier, I think. Okay, I got the mounts off and cleaned up. Now I gotta set the engine back in and see if I can figure out where I want to go from there. Okay, I've got the engine set in and I've got one side marked. I'll show you what I got going here. This is our engine mount. This is not where it's bolted on. It's going to be bolted right here. But I've got it shifted over and bolted just to one side. So I marked right here where I've got to cut out. I'll go from the front and you can see what I'm talking about. You see the engine mount is going to set flat right into the frame there. So I got to cut the frame out and make me a flat spot for it to set on and bolt on. So I'm going to mark the other side and pull the engine back out of my way and cut it out, and then set the engine back in, and I can tell more exactly what I've got to do as far as getting the fabrication done to weld a plate in there. So, all right, let's get these things cut out. All right, here's the first one cut out. Now I gotta cut the other one out. All right, I got the holes cut out. See, there. And what I'm doing is, that's not like my final cut. I just wanted to get some clearance so I could set the engine in with my mounts on. See, and they'll set something like that. Something like that, you know. I just wanted to be able to set the engine in with mounts on so I could figure out how I really need to cut it and mount it, you know, weld it to the frame and everything. But I did have to modify these mounts a little bit. I mean, I don't know if maybe you wouldn't have to, but for some reason these are for a Chrysler, but the holes where it mounts to the engine there, they came with 5/8 holes, and in the engine it takes 7/16 bolt. So I welded some extra thick 7/16 washers on there. So you see, so that way it wouldn't be so sloppy, you know. I mean, 5/8 to 7/16, that's a big difference. But anyway, I did that, and also drilled my hole in the bottom. They came with a 1/2-inch hole in the bottom. I drilled it to fit a 5/8 bolt. Just because I'm using lug nuts, I'm gonna weld a lug nut for it to, you know, thread into. And I've got 5/8 lug nuts, and I've got 1/2-inch lug nuts. My 1/2-inch is a 1/2-inch 20. It's not a common bolt that I can just go get at the hardware store. The 5/8 is a common thread. So I went with 5/8, and 5/8 is stronger anyway, bigger anyway. So yeah. Anyway, I was just gonna say that just in case anybody bought these. I got them at Speedway. I like them. I just, you know, wouldn't have to modify them, but I did. Anyhow, I'm gonna set the engine in now with mounts on it, and hopefully they'll set down that hole, and I'll be able to see what I have to do from there. Okay, I got the engine set in with the mounts on, and you can see where I'm at here. I'm gonna mark it everywhere I gotta cut it. I know I gotta cut it lower, because I gotta have a plate on it's already touching the frame, so I gotta cut out. It needs to come down just a hair lower. It's not quite like a millimeter from being flush on my mid plate. The front of the engine has to come down just a little bit more, and I have to make room for the bottom plate that it's going to be bolted on. So I got to cut it down lower, and my clearance is pretty good around it. I want to cut it out farther this way, because I want to be able to drop my engine down and slide it back to get the pins in. I don't want to make it difficult having to go in at an angle, because I don't have enough room here to drop the engine all the way down. So I'm going to cut this one out deeper. The front one don't matter because it's open, or this side don't matter because it's open on the front. But that side I do need to make me some more room, so I'm going to come out quite a bit farther there. And I need to go ahead and cut out from my bolts. You see, I need to make sure my bolts have room to go through on both sides. Not just my bolts, the lug nut that's going to be welded to the bottom of the plate. So I got to go ahead and cut out for that too. All right, and I'm going to make my bottom plate and get it made and bolt it. After I cut that out, I'm going to get my bottom plate made and bolt it to the mounts, and then I'll set it back in with the bottom plates on. And hopefully, if I got it cut out right, I can just build, cut out all my pieces to connect it to the frame. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure I'll have to alter my plan here and there, but we'll see. All right, so I've got the plates done and I got them bolted on there. You see, and everything is looking real good. See, that's where I got it bolted. So that'll be my plate that the mount sets down and bolts onto. So now I'm going to pull the engine back out with the plates, and I got to clean up all this and get rid of clean all this paint off here, clean the burrs up, and then I'll start I'll put the engine back in and I'll build it into the frame. But I gotta pull the engine back out. This is definitely a process, because you got to pull the engine in and out a lot. I've done this several times before, you know, with other cars, but that's why you want an empty block. So anyway, I'm gonna pull it out and clean it up. Okay, I got the thing back in, got the engine back in, and I got a couple pieces made. Here's my first one. I'm going to tack it in. I've got one made for over here too. I'm going to tack in, and that should pretty well hold it in place. I've got it bolted to the back of it now, even, but I'm going to get it tacked in, and then I can keep building off from that. All right, guys, the hard part is done. I got it tacked in good enough. I got it tacked in good enough. I got it tacked in all around here. Same thing, got it tacked here. So that I can unbolt it and get the thing out of my way, and then I can just fill in around them, connect it to the frame really well, close it in. So I got to pull the engine out one more time, get it out of my way, and get to fitting and welding. All right, I got the engine out. Now you can see what I got going on. See, it's all set up. I just gotta fill it all in and close it in, you know, and then it'll be tied into the frame just like it's part of the frame, and it'll be strong. But like I say, the hard part's done. This will all be pretty easy. Nothing's gonna move from this point. I just gotta cut my pieces and weld them on. All right, so I've got all this that I got tacked in welded now. I've got it all welded up real good now. So now I'm starting to piece all this stuff in, you know, and it's a lot of little pieces that you gotta figure out the right size and cut. So the easiest way that I've found to do it is like this. So what I'll do, like on the back side of this, instead of trying to measure, like on the other side of this, instead of trying to measure it, I'll just hold a piece of steel up that's bigger than the area I'm trying to do, and then I'll just mark it like that. See? And then that's, let me mark it a little bit better. There, see? And then I'll just cut it out right there, and that'll be my piece. That'll be my piece that I will weld in there, you know, and it'd be a perfect fit, and I don't have to measure anything. I might have a little bit of waste, but I can use this in other places. There's some small places small pieces I got cut out, so to me it's worth it to get a perfect fit and not have to spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out all that, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna get this cut and get it welded in. Okay, so I've got it. I've got the piece cut and I've got it set in here, and you can see we have a real nice edge here to weld, and really all the way around. But you can see it's cut a little bit too big. And that's good. That's fine, and that's, for me, that works better because, I mean, you could weld it like that, but I want it a little bit cleaner. So what I do is I'll weld it right here, tack it, weld it, whatever you want to do. I'll probably just tack it, and then after I tack it there on the where there's a lip here, I'll take my side grinder and a flat disc, and I'll just real quickly grind that down flush. It's real simple and easy, and that works out better for me since, like I've said before, I'm not the greatest fabricator. So in order to get things really good for me, that's the easiest way and quickest way and simple, and it works for me. So that's what I'm going to do. See? Perfect fit now. Very easy to do. That's how I do it, because, like I say, and I'm not perfect, but that's an easy way to get it perfect. But I'm gonna weld it up now. Okay, I got that piece in. There you have it. There it is. So, right there. So, now I got to get to work and just start putting all the pieces in. So I'm gonna get to it. All right, as you seen, we got one side done. There it is again. And Chase is back now.
What's up?
How you doing?
All right, I guess.
All right. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side, and we're gonna double up on it. Chase is gonna cut the pieces out, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
You're gonna try to? So Chase is gonna cut the pieces out while I weld them, and hopefully we'll finish it up real quick. All right, we got that part done, didn't we, buddy?
Pretty quick, too.
Pretty quick, yeah. It made it a whole lot easier with you cutting the pieces. Chase cut the pieces, and I welded them in, and we got it done pretty quick. Chase done a good job fitting the pieces. Made it easy for me to weld, so that helped a lot. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
But there it is. The mounts are done, and I reckon we're going to set the engine in, ain't we?
Yep.
We're going to set the engine back in and make sure it all goes in good. Pretty confident it will, but we're gonna set it in now.
Push it.
In?
Yeah, it's on the mount, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got this thing mounted in, and I believe it turned out really well. I'm pleased with it. What do you think, Chase?
I said dang good. That's
Dang
right.
good, yeah. I actually love it.
I think it's pretty dang good, honestly.
It's pretty easy to put in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I like it. It was very easy to put in. We didn't have no issues, huh?
I said it definitely ain't going anywhere.
No, it's good. It's stout. It's tied into the frame well, I believe. And I believe it's going to work out good for us. We do have to get an oil pan. We looked at that. That's one thing that we do have to do, but that ain't going to be no problem.
Rear sump.
Yeah, we got to get a rear sump. We had to run a front sump with our other vehicle, and we would have to cut too much into the frame. We'd have to take at least 2 inches out of the frame cut out for our sump, and
When there's no advantage in doing that.
no,
I feel like.
there's no advantage. We can get an oil pan for a decent price, and it's going to be better in the long run because a rear sump is obviously going to be better than a front sump. We had to make sure we had a really good oil pan to run a front sump.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be better in the future. We're not going to have any issues with it. So we're going to get a rear sump, and that's good. It looks like our headers are going to work out well too. We think, not our headers, not the headers, not our headers. We're going to have to get a set made probably, but I think we're going to have room for them to fit well.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like everything's going to clear nice. And so, you know, it looks good so far. Yeah, right now we're happy. And that's a step done. And that was a big step. That was the biggest step really to this, is getting our engine set up in it. So, the rest is going to be, you know, just minor details, and of course, you know, getting the car set up and everything is going to be a big deal. But as far as getting it ready, I think we're on our way in the right direction. So anyhow, you got anything else to say to everybody?
I'm ready to race.
You ready to race?
Okay.
Well, crank that thing up.
Yes.
Now, yeah, so next we're going to start focusing on the X bracing. We want to change that. We don't really care for the X bracing that's in it.
We believe it could be done better.
Yeah, I mean, it may be fine, but we're going to cut it out and redo that. That's the next step we're going to do. But like I say, for now, we're going to call this video done. And so thanks for watching, and we appreciate it. And share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.